listening to the Gettin Salty Experience podcast.
Hello! Hello! William Cooney the Looney! Welcome back to the Gettin Salty Experience podcast. We got another good one before Ruffy embarks on a hiatus. Before he leaves us. Like
a long hiatus, too.
Yeah, he's got to kill things. He's got a need. You know?
He's got to hunt rabbits.
Right, Ruff?
Hunting wabbits.
Is it cold up there? You didn't put the heat on again? What's going on? You look like
I got the fire on.
You do. All right. Well, you know where you're at. We're at the Gettin Salty Experience, the only one in the world. I said it. I used to say it was the best in the world, right, Ruff?
Yeah.
I'm going to double down on that. Best fire podcast in the world.
He and I.
Nope, I'm not. I'm going there. Right? How you doing there, Gonzo? You got your air conditioner on down there?
Yeah. I actually turned it up. It was a little chilly.
It was. What's the temperature down there, bro?
All right. Let me take a look for you. I'll tell you
Little
right
nipple?
now.
You got a little nipply?
It's 80 degrees.
Holy shit.
Right now at 8 o'clock at night, it's 80 degrees.
Yeah, it's 80 degrees, man. It's got a little bit of a coolness in the air, but it's not not like what's going on up there.
The hair is looking a little bit, it's a little more exceptional tonight. What do you got going on?
He's got a little goop in it, maybe.
I got some. There's always goop in it. It makes it darker. I told you. It hides the gray.
Is that
If
what
I don't
it
put
is?
the goop in it, it's as white as the walls behind me.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, just a little comb over.
When are you leaving, Ruff? Next week? Are you here on
Friday.
Thursday? I forget.
I'm leaving Friday morning.
Friday morning for the long journey to Ohio.
It's
Or is it
Iowa.
Iowa? Oh. So you're not hunting.
One of those
anymore.
states.
Oh, it's Iowa, right? You own the property in Iowa. You hunt in Ohio. It's somebody else's property.
Correct.
That's where he has all the.
He's got all of that too.
I think so.
Oh shit! I like to say I wish I was going, but I don't really wish I was going whatsoever. But you know,
Cold
you got the Ranger game out there to watch for 2 weeks. What are you gonna do with yourself?
I will, of course. Come on. What do I look like? Animale?
Who's going? You and who else? Who are your boys?
Me and me.
Going by
and
yourself?
me.
No, you're not.
When I first go out, I have to close on the house.
Oh, his other property. You know, guns. Where's the gun? He's got to close on the house.
Wait, no, that's going to be the double. That's going to throw stacks. Here's a stack.
Yeah.
And then you get the gun. Oh, just pile it up.
That's like a guy. Well, where should we fly today, Rosie? I don't know. Maybe we should go. Maybe we should go to the house in Iowa. You know what? Let's go down to the property. Oh, yeah, let's go to the property down in Florida. A couple of acres down in Florida.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you got a very funny guy out tonight, man.
I got to go to
He
work
was in
today.
270, the other squad.
Second busiest squad in Queens.
Yeah, man. Yep.
Hold
I
on,
would
I'm
say.
trying to move my money around. I got money everywhere.
Right.
I got to lose money.
I think he turned out to be the senior guy over there. Big shot, big cheese.
Was he?
You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
He's felt the same way I did. Like you had to take a stick of dynamite to blast his ass out of that seat, bro. I just paid fireman on the job.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I had a couple of jobs with him. We're gonna have to discuss. I had a couple of good ones with him actually.
Was he yelling like a little schoolgirl?
I had to calm him down. Listen,
did.
when you're in the second busiest squad, you got to calm them down a little bit. You know what I mean?
They do, right?
Just
Take it easy.
is he sleeping back there? What is he doing?
No, he's out there. He's
He's got a nice head of hair, I can tell you. He's got the grays in there now. He looks distinguished.
Maz? Well, he was just in Italy for a couple of weeks there.
I was
drinking a lot of red wine, and he's
what
going
kind of
like
Pollock
this.
goes to
He's going
Italy,
like
bro?
this a lot now.
Muslinski
Give me an espresso.
should be doing a fucking poker, eating kielbasa. What's he doing? Drinking wine and
Doing the polka.
Yeah, he's doing a polka.
Nice.
Polka. Maybe you heard one of my hits. Polka.
In the front.
Polka's greatest hits.
Poker in the front.
Come on, I'm giving you one right there. Where's it from, bro?
I was waiting. No, poker. It's
John Candy. Maybe you've heard some of our greatest hits.
Oh,
Polka.
right. I remember. What was that from? That was.
I think that was from Home Alone. When
That was Home Alone.
She hitches a ride with him in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
We're polka. Maybe you heard some of my greatest hits. Polka.
that was with John Candy. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
He's dead. He's not available for overtime.
Dead.
No, he's
Not
definitely
available
not
for
available.
overtime.
Yep. All right, let's get our commercials done so we can bring the Maz in.
All right, man.
I think he's a Jet fan too.
Oh,
he's
you
big
guys
Rangers.
won. Yeah, you pulled one out of your ass yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't even bother to call Jose because he was hitting me early on. I said, bro, don't be a typical Giant fan. It's not like the first 3 minutes into the game you're texting me, please.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. You got to wait. All right, let's listen to Arm and Tuff. Here we go.
ArmorTough interlocking floor tiles are the best choice to replace new or aging, stained, or cracked concrete or epoxy floors. Here's why. ArmorTough tiles come with a lifetime warranty and are usually installed in 1 or 2 days, depending on the size of your station, with virtually no disruption in daily operation. ArmorTough interlocking tiles are guaranteed from chipping, cracking, peeling, breaking, or staining. Once installed, the tiles are non-skid and non-slip and meet the ADA standards for the friction coefficient. The tiles are stain resistant and impervious to any chemicals or volatiles that are used in the fire service. Once installed, your floor will be easy to clean with just soap and water. Install an ArmorTough tile floor in your apparatus bays, offices, training rooms, workshops, exercise rooms, kitchens, banquet halls, or any other room in your station. Call Vince today for a no-obligation quote at 908-917-7697. Why install a breakable epoxy floor that will need replacing in 5 to 10 years when you could have a floor that will last a lifetime? Drop a halogen on an ArmorTough floor and you won't see any damage. Don't try this with concrete or epoxy. Join the hundreds of career and volunteer fire departments nationwide who have chosen an ArmorTough interlocking tile floor. ArmorTough interlocking tiles are half the price of epoxy and will last a lifetime without issue. Again, call Vince today for a no-obligation quote at 908-917-7697.
Oh, hey, how you doing there, Lou?
Hey,
how you
who's
doing?
big all of a sudden? How'd that happen? He's a big shot.
Big schnoz.
I wanted to, like, scare the audience. No, when they came there.
Halloween is coming.
It's working.
Halloween is tomorrow.
It's working.
Yeah.
All
I'll
right.
play the other one quick.
Here we go.
Fire score. Do it.
The Fire Store, equipping protectors with passion. Every decision we make as a company is about you, our customer. We wouldn't be where we are today without you, and we don't take that lightly. The Fire Store started by simply seeing and fulfilling a need in the fire service. It's how we operated then, and it's how we operate today. No matter how much we grow, we will always staff active or retired firefighters, police officers, EMTs, and paramedics. With over 1,000 years of combined public safety experience, we know our products and our customers, and will never compromise on quality because your safety matters. We understand that having the right gear can mean the difference between life and death. Our goal is to get you the gear you need when you need it at prices you can afford. Visit us at thefirestore.com for everything but the truck, and shop our family of brands including Streamlight, MSA, Lion, Fleer, and more.
They do have it all, including Gettin Salty apparel products.
They do
sell
have
at
some
the Fire
swag
Store.
over there. They do.
Yep, they sell it all. Everything but the truck. That's what I'm saying. I happened to look up for a second, and the number was 270. The amount of people watching live right now.
Off.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
You did.
It's all about the circle.
The 4-time indictment champion. I have that shirt on tonight. All right. Rough.
Bring him in.
Bring the Mazzaroni, the Maslinski.
Coming to the stage. Pete Maslinski.
Oh, yeah. He's fresh off the Italian
the Guinea gangplank. He was
fresh off the Guinea tour. Were you talking with your hands out out there, bro? Like, you forget about what you're doing over there.
Hey, what's up?
Dude, when I got on the job, I was there doing it, whipping it around, forcing doors. I was pulling ceilings. I was doing it all. I don't know what the fuck you do here in Italy, but you ain't doing what I'm doing, bro.
Look at
I
the
can
shoulders.
tell you that much. Anywho,
What's up,
welcome to the
Pete?
show, Pete.
Thanks, fellas. Good to
You
have
still
you.
look good, bro. You still look good.
Thank you, brother.
The retirement's treating you well, but it is tough, right? Paycheck to paycheck, trying to make it by.
I think we get paid tomorrow.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
Thank God, man. My kids were really hungry. I was tightening their belts. I don't think they were going to make it another week.
They can eat candy tomorrow.
Oh, they can. Right, tomorrow is Halloween. Let's get patriotic before we get too far away from this, bro.
All right, hold on. Here we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Excellent. Let me just do one response here. 21 truck little man. I mean Tiller man. He was from squad 270, not 288. So if you're gonna break balls, get it right, my little man. My little Oompa Loompa friend. All right. So, what's the word of the day, bro?
Oh, I was going to show you this before we got into the hockey. Somebody has a $20 wager for Lou
ahead.
here. So
that's right. I did. He texted me, asked me what I thought the score of their game was going to be. So I wrote Rangers win it in OT. I think he said Canucks win in 3-1, and the Rangers won 4-3.
There's a man who's true to his word. Darren, thank you, brother. Excellent.
Yes.
All right, go ahead, guys. Now play the word of the day.
Oh, here we go. Mr. KY.
And we'll let you in on what the KY is. I don't see him in the chat yet, so I don't know. Maybe he is. He's just being quiet.
Yeah. All right.
Kevin Yost.
That's Kevin Yost, KY. That's Kevin Yost Jelly, KY Jelly. Let me pull up Mr. Maz's timeline here.
Yes.
All right, fella. So let's go back to Proby school. You know what? Let's go before Proby school. What did you do when you got out of high school? Where'd you grow up? I think you're an island guy, right? From the island, Long Island?
Yeah, I was a lid.
And what made you want to be in the fire service? Your old man, your brothers, what?
I could say like 5 or 6. My uncles were volleys.
Right.
I don't know. We'd be over their house, and I just remember, I don't know, siren going off or whatever, and then running out the door. And then I'd say about 9 or 10, got a bike. So you could hear the sirens and all the volleys, all the companies around. And we just like the sirens would go off, and you just like get on your bike and start riding and see what was going on. And I was passing the volley house I'm in now, and one of the guys was sitting out front, and we just stopped to talk. And he's like, "Hey, you want to join the junior fire department?" I'm like, "What's that?" And he gives me the application, and I joined him in '76 at 11 years old.
Wow, dude! Why don't you set it up for us a little more? Be a little more descriptive. Like, did you have the bike with the baseball cards on the fucking spindles? You had the big banana seat, right? Did you have the things on the handlebars? What did you have?
That was a Schwinn. That was a Schwinn with the banana seat.
With the big banana seat, right?
I was a poor kid. I had whatever was that. That was it.
He was Poe. What town was that, Maz?
Lindenhurst.
Lindenhurst.
But actually, North Lindenhurst. I grew up in North Lindenhurst.
Oh, not the South Lindenhurst. That's trash down there, bro. That's garbage. You don't want to go over there. So, do you have any brothers or sisters? Your only child? Tell us a little about the early days in the Maslinski household.
5 sisters.
5 sisters.
5 sisters.
A lot of estrogen running around in there. Where were you?
My mom was divorced. It was those 6 and me. And
oh my God!
Holy Christ!
So you were doing a lot of fighting.
Just whatever. And one bathroom. Everybody gets it.
Where were you in the pecking order?
Right in the middle.
Smack dab in the middle.
You had to smack a few guys around, I'm sure, at some point, right? Or no? Boyfriends?
No.
No.
Too young. Yeah, everybody was like the 2 older ones. 3 older ones were, by the time I was 11 or 12, they were already 18 and 16.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Right.
It's a tough household.
A lot of polka going on in the house. What was going on in the house, bro?
Kabasi.
Poking hole in this wall, poking hole in that wall. What's going on?
Was your mom Italian or something? What was your mother?
No, my mother was Irish.
So you're an Irish Polish.
Irish Polish, yep.
Oh, so you had either you had just like boiled meat, or you're eating kielbasa, one or the other.
Yeah, probably, most likely, yeah. Chuck steak, chicken cutlets.
Chicken cutlets.
That's
Chicken
it.
cutlets can't go wrong, bro.
Got gold.
Oh, gold.
Got gold.
All right, so you joined the juniors at 11. What are you doing in the juniors at 11 besides sweeping the floors?
They're bringing you down for drills. You're doing, as what we're still doing now today with the kids. Come down. Actually, back then we didn't go on the fire trucks, but we'd come down to help them pack hose if they had something.
Right.
You got a little part of it, and just doing a little bit of training here and there. I mean, it was a little, just like the job was back. It was like, you set your kids off with these guys, and they're lighting up a car fire in the parking lot, and we're putting it out. So they ain't doing that now.
Did you do it with any of your friends, or you did it by yourself? Any?
No, I just joined, and then I met all the guys in the firehouse. Yeah,
oh.
They were all guys I hadn't known.
Any guys from the job that we know today, or?
No, nobody was on the job from over there.
Huh.
Really? I was just going to ask that question too. You must have because it seems like a lot of the guys out in Long Island, when they joined, especially our age group, they always had a lot of like the senior guys that were on our job in the volleys already.
Yeah, no, there was some guys that are on in the volleys now that are on, but not back then. No, at least nobody from my department.
Really?
Yeah.
And then what did you become like? When did you graduate to? What's after junior firefighter? Like
at 17, you become a fireman, your regular firefighter.
Oh shit! Do you have like a probation still too at 17?
Yeah, you're still on probation for 6 months or a year or something like that. But yeah,
so
you get in earlier than if you come off the streets, you join at 18. If you're in the juniors, you join at 17.
So you pretty accustomed to fire. When did you get your first job? Like
in the volleys.
Yeah.
I don't remember my first one. I do remember the first fatal. Came in as a brush fire, and we get there, and it's actually a fort going along the railroad tracks. But we're still like, all right. So we start to put it out, and I don't know. I guess the parents. My kids were over here before. They were in the fort.
Oh shit!
And 2 of them are inside dead.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, we didn't know. We're going to put it out and get ready to go home. And it wasn't for the parents telling us, like, I think my kids were in there. We're like, okay, we'll check. But we're like, we don't think so. And then all of a sudden we seen them. So
what was it, like a little clubhouse or something that they built?
I don't know. At least on Long Island, everybody lived in the woods because you built forts and you hung out.
Yeah.
They were, drinking or smoking weed or whatever they were doing. It was, not on the beach, and people would build forts, get some plywood and throw something together to protect themselves from the elements, I guess. And
wow,
I don't know if they fell asleep with a candle or something, but that was probably like I got in late 82, 83, so that was probably like 83, 84.
So what did you do after high school? What kind of jobs did you have before you got on the job?
So 2 days after high school, I joined I got in the town of Babylon, which is the highway department, patching holes and cutting grass, and did that. Took the test in 87 and 3,000 on a list. And everybody's telling me, you're going to get high at 3,000. You're good. And it took me to the end of 94 to get on.
Yeah, I was on that list. I was 1742, and I got on in May of 93 because they weren't hiring on that list. They would do 100 at it every 3 months or something crazy.
Yeah, they would do BS numbers, and for some reason I don't even remember why. I thought about it today. I didn't take the 91 or 92 test. I didn't even take it because I thought I was going to get hired.
Right.
And then the last class was supposed to be July of 94, and Giuliani actually extended it 2 classes.
Thank God for Giuliani, bro.
Yeah.
You would have still been.
What was your number, Maz? What was your number, Maz?
3,080.
My cousin in your class, Louis Rafrano?
I think he was the last class, Roof.
Was he?
Or maybe.
Because I remember he was 3,000.
I don't know if they can make that out, but this was the group.
Yeah, I don't know if he's.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, you would remember him. Angry guy.
Yeah, not very smiley. Yeah, you would have known him. Yeah. Well, I think I was like 30 right after the 30-something hundred. I didn't make that one with Roofy. I had to take it again in 91, and then I was in the first class of the next one. So I was right behind you.
Yeah.
Like 2 classes behind you.
And then you guys did rotation, right?
Yeah. I didn't think that was a bad thing, though, bro. I actually liked it, man. I got to see different parts of the city. I worked in Manhattan. Was assigned to Brooklyn, went to Manhattan, and did a truck in Queens. I didn't think it was that bad. Get to see a different part of the job.
The only thing that was bad was, you were on probation for 3 years, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It felt like every guy that came in, I always felt like this guy's getting screwed, So we try and make him feel better. Because he had already done his pro,
Yeah, you're up to your 3rd year, and guys are still looking at you like, shut the fuck up, just getting them.
Yeah.
And especially if that wasn't your company, they didn't want to really invest that much time because you were leaving anyway.
Right. Unless you were good. I mean, there were guys that we
try to keep you. Right.
Try to keep you.
And the next class would come in and be another 5 guys you wanted to keep also.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then everybody thought they were going back to the busy shop.
Yeah.
They like me and look back. I'm like, okay, maybe.
Unless you had a guy like who was a lightning rod, and you know who my lightning rod was, right, Roofy? Remember little Frankie DeCisa?
Yeah.
He walked in the firehouse with me. He's like, "Listen, I'm not going to be here that long. I'm from the Bronx. I'm a 73 engine. This is really how we do it up in the Bronx." I was like, "Thank God he walked in, bro." Because, holy fuck, man, that was it.
Took the pressure right off you, right?
Woo! Yeah, man. Yeah.
He didn't get the memo. Keep your mouth shut and keep your mouth shut. Holy shit.
Yeah, you always need a guy like that. You need a lightning rod, you know. Even in Proby school, you need a lightning. You need somebody to fuck up that you're just going to pay attention to all the time, right? Who are you in Proby school with, Maz? Anybody?
Guys that I went to 104 with this guy Kevin Hogan, who was ended up being like just such a great guy. We were 24 partners forever over there. But Joe Sweeney, like guys I know, I don't. I'd have to look at the picture and see exactly. I can't remember them. You know, who was there? Jerry O'Shea was in our class.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
I don't know if he's in the picture. Did you guys know Wally Mareka?
Yeah, Wally was 103.
Yeah, Wally's over there.
Yo, what's up, bro? Where's Wally?
Well, Wally's on the right, all the way on the right.
Oh, I see him. Yeah. Yo, bro. You know, if your eyeballs have seen as much fire and smoke, because he went to the doctor, he had to get glasses. And I says, "Yo, Wally, what's going on with the glasses?" He goes, "Listen here, Ruff. If your eyeballs are seeing as much fire and smoke as these eyeballs, you need glasses too."
Yeah. Did he wind up in rescue too?
He did.
He went to two.
Yeah. So 104 was a tiller, right?
Correct. Yeah, 104 was a tiller. Yeah.
And what do they call that? The something South Side?
South Side.
But during the heyday, they were doing a lot of work, right? They had a lot of unit citations. I worked there a couple of times on details.
They did a lot more before I got there, but we were still like thing is we got. I think Eddie Anzalone told you were like trapped between the East River, 119, 108, and 146. It was like you were surrounded by them, so the area was pretty small.
Right.
If you caught something, it was occupied because everything over there was occupied at the time.
A lot of people came out of 104. We keep talking about that. I bring up every time somebody says 104, I talk about the guy who bought up the brownstones across the street. You know, when they were all vacant.
Yeah,
you know, that's in the 80s, I'm sure, but or 70s.
But, he was still there when I was there. I'm not remembering his name. Somebody will remember his name. It was like the senior guy in the engine, and he was still there when I got there.
No shit, I didn't know that.
He'd go across, check everything out on the check.
No shit, that's awesome. on the city's time, thank you.
Allegedly,
he was on a break.
Could have happened. I heard it happened. Somebody had
right. Yeah, he was actually doing BI. Ruffy wouldn't know.
Yes, he was inspecting the building.
He was inspecting the building. See what you could have invested in if you had done building inspections, bro.
Yeah.
Who knows what money you would have found? Not that you need any more money, but. Is that where they do? Is that? I don't remember. I think I worked there at the time that they do the burning of the bread in the corner.
Well, they do
119.
They do it throughout Williamsburg.
No, it wasn't in 119. It was in the engine where 104 is. I think.
Yeah, 221.
Yeah, and I walked in. The guy was laughing, and I'm like, "What's up, bro? What's so funny?" He goes, "You'll see. Don't worry." Like, holy shit! We had like 50 runs in the day.
Yeah, they would leave at like 6 a.m. and they wouldn't be back till like
no shit.
Yeah, because they're supposed to burn bread, but they're throwing chairs in there and furniture in there and everything in the pile, you know. So all you're doing is going from one rubbish fire to the next.
Yeah, that was the night tour you didn't want to work.
You remember your first job there, Petey?
Yeah, so we get there and my captain was Wicked Cobes. He was a character, but
that's a cool name.
Yeah, he was a 132 guy, 102 guy. Like he had a great pedigree. And I get there and he's a bull breaker, and he's in your face a little bit. He's busting chops, and it's like I got there. Well, to start off, my wife's intro to the fire department, which is a sad thing, was I'm there like a month, and Ray Scheibel gets killed in the line of duty.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yes.
So the first time we got to do anything with the house is his funeral, and she's like, "What did I just get myself into?" You know?
Yeah.
He was in the engine, right?
He's in the engine.
Yeah.
That story. I'm this kid from Long Island. I don't know anything. Looking at these buildings, going, "The hell am I doing here?" Right? And the door knocks. So I open the door, the door comes up. I said, can I don't know. He's Ray. I didn't really know him yet because I hadn't worked with everybody in that time. I go, can I help you? He goes, you can't help me, kid, and walks right past me.
I had similar experience.
He goes up, and that was the night he was going to 216. He grabbed his stuff and he was going. He was working 216 that night, and the job comes in, and for some reason they're relocating us to 108. I'm like, really? It's like 5 blocks away. With that, they Mayday. Somehow we get a Mayday on the radios, and we just take it in. And when we got there, he was out on the sidewalk, and one of the senior guys, Jimmy Burt, jumps in the ambulance with him, and a couple other guys. We take the rig to the hospital, and he ended up not making it. But yeah, that was my wife's intro into the fire.
That's great, man.
Yeah, a month and a half in, she's like, just like it is all the time. I'm like, no, I hope not. Couldn't believe it.
I think what happened with him, Hot Solar was working on him, right? Or something?
Yeah, and they intubated him down the wrong tube.
Right.
Yeah, and they just didn't get air into his lungs.
Did he have a heart attack? I don't remember the whole.
He went down. I don't know if it was considered a heart attack, but he went down in the job, and they had him out pretty quick. He was a big boy, but they got him out, and they had him out on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I remember.
Hot Solar happened to be there because it was their neighborhood, so they were there, and whatever, just went south. So, but the first job, it's like March. These guys are like, you're never going to catch a job. They're breaking my jobs. And it just comes in. I think it was South 8th and Berry. And it's like the 6th floor. And it's me, the captain, and this guy, Mike Smith, big, tall guy. He's got the irons. I got the can. And he's like, come on. 6th floor. I'll go climb all the way up. I'm like huffing and puffing. And he's like, let's go. Start hitting the I got to force the door. I'm like, all right. So I'm hitting the door. And
catch my breath.
Hanks down and smoke comes out, and I don't even do this with my face piece. And the captain's, get the fuck in here with the can, get in there. And I'm like, all right, I'm right there. I get in there. He's like, when I open this door, you hit the bedroom was going. That was it. With that, the windows start crashing in from the OV coming in the rear of the fire escape. I'm like, what is going on? It was
attacking, right? Attacking.
Yeah. It was out in 2 seconds. The engine came up, knocked it down. It was only one room, but yeah, it was. I was like, what the hell just happened here?
And you know what's crazy is you had a little bit of an inkling of like going to fires, somewhat, not like that probably, but you have that a little bit of experience. Like imagine
you get a guy from the city.
We had no idea, and I did the same exact thing. The guy's yelling at me, get in here. I'm like, what? Like. I didn't even get my mask on. I'm fumbling around. The guy's grabbing you, pulling you in.
Oh, it was the first time you see him. I mean, I don't know what he had, but he didn't have a mask on, but he knew he didn't need it. He was one of those old salty guys that didn't need it at that point. And he just yelled at me. I mean, I could tell he's yelling at me with no mask because he's like, get the fuck out of here. And but it all worked out. Engine came up, put the rest of it out, and
but that's the kind of fire you want for your first fire, bro. One room. Yeah. Not something that's gonna, scare the shit out of you, and then you're fucking done, right? Like you're shell shocked. You hope for a 1-bedroom job.
I mean, those guys, they were the ones that taught me. Those senior guys there, Johnny Rizzo, Mickey Moran,
Frank Rizzo.
Yeah. So John Rizzo was the senior guy in 104. I went to Proby school with his son, John Jr. And when I got assigned, he's like, my dad's there. You got, and I'm like, all right, thank you. Like, and John was just a gentleman. Besides being a senior guy, he was just a gentleman. And he was like, this is how you do things. You don't want to wear your mask all the time because eventually in your career, something's going to go wrong with it. So you got to know how to take a feed. Whether it's only for 2 seconds, but you need to learn because if you panic.
Yeah. No bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we didn't, we didn't really put our mask on too early there. We tried to save your air. You had 30-minute bottles at that time, So.
That's right. Good. We had the little bottles then, right?
Yeah, the little baby bottles. Yeah. That was great. And
the other jobs?
Was Danny Kruger there at that time? Was he the boss there at any time, or no?
Not that I remember. No.
All right, so he must have got there before or right after you left there, because he got promoted out of 117, and then I know he worked in 104. He was there for a number of years, but you might have been out of there already.
I'll tell you what they did. So, here's the a kid from Long Island, doesn't really know anything. I'm reading the books in Proby school. I'm getting them down. I'm passing all the tests. It's no problem. But I'm still like not understanding what the hell is a row frame. I'm like, I don't know what this is here. Like, I can see an MD, but I don't really like. I'm looking at it. I understood the 3 windows with the fire escape, or the 4 windows and everything else. I understood that. I was passing them. So when I get there, I'm like, can you guys just take me and show me what the hell a row frame is? Because I really had no clue. And over there, we drove over to Greenpoint, and 5 stories and blocks long.
Yeah.
And, this is what they do. It was great. Those guys. And at that point too, we had what they called over there Wally World, which is it was off of Kent Avenue. It was just all vacant. And we go to cut a car up one day. And it's a vacant. It looks like it was there about 5 years. We're gonna play with the Hearst tool. All right, we're gonna cut it up, and we start cutting it up. And some guy comes up to me. He looked like homeless, right? And he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like,
"It's his car."
Oh, he had like the pink slip. I'm like, Captain's like, "Let's go, everybody, pack up, let's get out of here."
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
He used to like
we
to
didn't
do
damage
that.
it that much. We were just starting, and he's like, "What are you guys doing in my car?" And they're like, "This isn't your car." He goes, "Yes, it is." Pulls it out.
Remember Hopkins used to like to do that. You remember Johnny Hopkins?
Yeah.
So we get a run to in front of O'Neill's one time, car smoking, right? So we go up there. Sure enough, it's smoking. It could be the radiator, it could be anything. John's like, take it apart, take the hood off, cut the doors off, cut everything off, cut it all off. Next morning, the doorbell rings. Open up the door. The guy's like, "Yeah, you cut my car up last night." He goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I'm on the job, so it was a piece of shit. I don't really care, but you could have came in the bar and asked whose fucking car it is before you dismantled the whole fucking car."
I hope you took up some money for the guy, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Oh man, but Wally World was also good because of the vacants. We were up there cutting roofs all the time, cracks and that. It was a couple old roll downs where we would cut. So it was a good place to learn. Those guys were phenomenal, man.
I bet you it's not like that now over there, bro. Probably the real estate's through the roof,
God.
right?
No, that real estate's insane over there now.
Yeah.
You could have left some dead bodies over there at that time. You know what I mean? In the 80s, 90s, you could have left dead people laying in the street. Nobody would even know for a week.
Louis, you brought up something a little bit before, and it was true. You learned real quick, like not just the Proby, but you're the low guy, even when you're not the Proby anymore. And the captain or the boss would be like, "All right, somebody go get the elevator, bring it back up." And we just stand around, and 3 guys go.
Everybody go like this.
No, but he'd go. He's talking to you.
Oh shit!
Okay, sorry about that. Yep.
He's talking to you.
That was a big Dominican area there, right? Is it still?
It was Spanish.
Spanish. Yeah,
it was Spanish around the firehouse, and then when you got like on the other side of was it Broadway? Not Broadway. When the bridge came off,
the Williamsburg there,
yeah. Then it was all Hasidics over there, pretty much. But I think the Hasidics owned all the buildings over by us.
No, I said Dominican. I thought it was a heavy Dominican.
No, they were Spanish over by us.
Right.
I don't know if it was. Yeah. I don't know. But they had big buildings there. They had a lot of 6-story jobs, like lining, like for block after block, like 154 area. Like they would have 6-story. A lot of
heavy populated too over there.
When you start to get the roof there, it was, the show was. Doesn't matter if they were the 4 senior guys or anybody. The ladder's going up. We could be a gas leak. The ladder's going up. Climb it. Like you were climbing that ladder all the time. The only thing they're like, "All right, what do you want to do here? All right, try to join the building, bring some scissors just in case the fences." You went through the motions on every run.
That's good. Teaches you, right?
Yeah, you did. I couldn't believe it. Like gas leaks, ladders were up.
I wonder if they still do that now, Ruth. Do you know?
I would hope so.
I mean, I'm sure that it depends on who's working. Which guys are working. You can have the best company in the world. It depends on who's working. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
A-team, B-team.
If the Chauvas were taught by the guys before them, I would believe they still are. You didn't get the roof over there. I think I got it. Like I almost was all probation the first time I got the roof.
Like you were saying though, Petey, that they're kind of like hemmed in there. Like They got that. It's like 117 was the same thing. You know, you had 163, you had 116, 154. Although they had a big area, it was just you know, you didn't get much like going different areas. Like you were kind of stuck in that corner there, right?
Yeah. You got you think you're going to that box and you're second truck on the second alarm, you know.
You're like, son of a bitch.
Who was telling us that they used to drive by boxes that weren't their boxes to go to another box? Who the hell was just telling us that?
That had to be someone.
Stan Ryback, when he was in 217, he said they would go like 3 blocks down. It wasn't their box, you know, but they would go 2 blocks further and it was their box. It made no sense.
146 had a bigger area, I think.
Yeah, nice area. Yeah. It was good. It was good working over there. You worked in the towel ladder. You got a little bit used to that, you know. But nothing beat the OV, man, in the tiller. Driving a tiller. It was the best.
You were doing your Kramer?
What do you do? The thumbs?
Yeah, doing my Kramer, yeah.
The thumbs there, Matt? Petey? What do you do?
Backing up with the thumbs. Backing up.
Backing up as the thumbs? I don't remember. I never did it.
Yeah. When did they, how long were you there before they allowed you to be the
I don't think so they would bring you would have the OV and maybe you'd have the roof. So the OV would lock in with his Pompier, sit back there with you, and then just like we drive to the store to get the meal. And they let you drive, you know, and get used to it. But I couldn't even tell you the first time I had the OV, you know. But and then it was on you. It wasn't bad going straight. It was fine. It was back into that firehouse. You wanted to make sure you didn't hit the wall or anything. You know,
you would be driving again anytime soon.
So
you have any other jobs before we talk about the job, brother?
No, the only thing is, we had a picture of Bronco before we were talking about. So he called me. No, Bronco was in 146. Yeah,
right, but so you were in 104.
Yeah, he was. This was actually this might have been Ray Scheibel's plaque dedication. This picture.
So you knew him prior to the
prior to the job, yeah. And so he calls me up first day.
Yeah, that fucking head of hair. Holy shit, there, Petey.
Yeah.
Quaff.
So he goes, so they go, Maslinski, department phone. So I pick up, I go, literally the first day, like probably there like a half hour. Hello? Is that the way you answer the fucking department phone?
Hello? I forgot.
Oh, they didn't teach you that in Proby school. Nobody told you how to answer the department phone, you know? You're like,
is that how you answer the department phone?
What's going on? And he's like, it's Bronco, just breaking your chops. Son of a bitch.
So how did you know him? From outside the job?
Yeah, outside the job, yeah. We knew each other. He was a Hempstead guy, but we had mutual friends and stuff like that. So.
Right. He was on the football team, right?
Yeah, at that time I think
he was a big dude.
He was big, but he was just a gentle guy, you know.
And where was he working at that time?
I think he went out of Proby school. He went to 146, I think.
Yeah. He was on before you, Pete?
Yeah, I think he was like 2 years before me, a year and a half before me, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, because he was off probation by the time I got there. So
I used to love. He was in Rescue 4, and we'd get off of something like a Rocco, you know, the red helmets. It looked like a fucking peanut shell on top of his head, bro. Like a yarmulke on top of his head because he was so big. He got a little red yarmulke on or something.
I mean, the clientele over there was insane. It was amazing how they came out for fires, and they just were everywhere. And we had one job. I had Richie McDade had the OV. I think I had the roof, and they told us on the phone alarm, "You're getting reports of people trapped, blah blah blah." So there's a peanut, like a 10-story high rise over there towards 119, and I think they were out, so we got in first, and they're just pouring out of the building, and so there's people at the window, like 8 stories up. And I go, well, I'm not using the, it's an isolated building, but I guess I got to take the stairs. So I get lucky and I see the superintendent. Something. I go, how do you get the roof? He's like, right there. It was like a sideways stairs, the door that went in. So I go in that door and it's like 2 couches in the basement roaring by the elevator. So it's nothing. I'm like, it's 2 couches in the basement coming on the 4th side. So I start making my way up the stairs to the roof to open it up. I get down, I look, and it's just a sea, you know. It's just a sea.
Looks like a feast, right? Looks like San Gennaro feast. That's what.
And we get back down, and Richie McDade, we're talking about the job a little bit, and Richie's like, "Did you see what happened?" I go, "No." He goes, "He was trying to put the shovel was trying to put the aerial up, and Richie was going to start climbing it, and they took a chair and threw it through the window, right? And the fire's nowhere near them, and they were getting ready to drop their kids like 8 stories to people below, and he got to the end of the ladder. He's like, "Stop! We got it! It's not. Stay there!" And they stayed there. Thank God.
It's almost like they're like they don't. I don't even know what the hell. It's like they're grown-ups, but they're like got a mentality of like a 5-year-old or something.
Insane.
They have no idea.
There's so many
Talking
stories
about the seeds, right over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Matt, Petey, I had one of my first jobs as a lieutenant. I was in 119 covering, and we get a report. Same thing, multiple calls. I think I said this on the podcast at some point, and the towel ladder couldn't turn in the block. We got stuck on the corner. It was too, there was double parked cars or something. We couldn't get in. So I get out, and the smoke was down in the street. It was like a foggy, rainy day. There was so many people, I couldn't even find the fire building. I could barely make out where the engine was. And when I got there, I had to follow the line to the fire building because there were people, mean, like shoulder to shoulder, when you said they were pouring out of the building, unless you've seen it, you wouldn't believe that it's even possible. And they're all they're zombies.
It's like 3,000 of them out there. It's like
thousands. They're zombies.
When I worked in who's in 119, 211, you'd go on like building inspection, bro. You'd come out. One city kid would be running down the street with my helmet on. The other kid would have my bunker gear running this way, or they would take whatever they could take and they're just running all around the rig with your shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, man? What?
I saw kill somebody to grab my shit.
And they're all in the rig. Like you get on the rig, they're all in the rig.
I would have never believed it.
Here's this kid from Long Island.
What the hell is going on here?
I've never seen this before. What is going on here? It was insane.
They're like zombies. They're like they don't answer you when you talk to them. They don't say anything. It's like they're like Walking Dead. They're like 5-year-olds.
Yeah, they just want to know. Where's the fire? Where's the fire?
How many fire? What's going on, Maslinski?
Yeah.
Aren't you one of us, there, Maslinski?
Oh, he's one of the Polish Jews.
Nobody can.
Oh, sorry. He's one of the Polish Jews. I can't find it.
Oh, you're looking for the Milner? Which one are you looking for? The Milner song?
I'm looking for this. Hold on.
I had it. I was right here.
Look at Maslinski. He's like this nitwit.
I'm climbing up the ladder with Maslinski.
So when did you start to let's get to the when did you start to feel it? When did you feel the
we gotta talk about his grab in 104.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a grab.
No,
what's going on?
High pitch tonight.
It's good.
Come on, bro. I'm gonna do my Charlie Hendry. Hey, bro, we gotta talk about his grab, bro. Seems so, 2,000 for a grab on January 1st, bro.
We're working New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Kid was young, my son was young, so we weren't doing anything. So I worked New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and the guys were great, right? So we're going, and I got the roof the night tour. Patty Williams, I think he's a battalion chief now. He was at the Rock for a while. I don't know where he is now. But super, super sweetheart guy. And we do the night tour. I think we went to one BS job, nothing crazy. Get in the morning, and Tommy Montgomery came down from 14 truck. He was assigned to our place, another superstar, another great guy. I think he worked the night tour with us. So he goes, all right, Maz, you got the roof again. And I look at Williams. I'm like, you fuck kidding me? You're going to leave me on a roof for 24? And he goes, all right, take the irons, right? Literally 5 seconds later, beep boop. We go out the door.
No way.
Yes, literally.
Nice.
It's like 9:05 in the morning. Is it right at it was the first tour of 99. And we go out and we get up. Patty Demick's I had the irons because Pat went with the boss to the fire room. And I said, I'm going left. He's like, okay. And he went right. And again, I think it was only 1 or 2 rooms. It wasn't crazy. And I go left and I feel a bed. And I'm like, I got nothing. And then all of a sudden I go, I think I feel something. And then I go for the foot. Like I grab it and I got a foot. And I go, I got something. With that, the boss come back. He goes, you got something? I'm like, yeah, I think I got somebody. So he gives the 45. Right? Take it down. And somebody says, the dog's dying. So we take the dog down, right? We come back up. Fire's out. 216 worked on her. I think they were in the Medal Day book that next year. They worked on her and got her back. She was out. And so Williams is like, are you fucking kidding me?
I think I would say the same exact thing.
Literally, because I just broke the shop. I'm going to have the roof for 24, really, Pat? And he's like, because I think he was going to have the irons for 24. And he's like, all right, take the irons. And
no shit.
2 minutes later, yeah. And again, it was an okay grab. I wasn't crawling through anything crazy, right? I just went to left, and they were.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
I got an A.
Nice.
They were excited. And Tommy Montgomery ended up passing away a year and a half later from pancreatic cancer.
Oh,
brutal. And he knew a couple of the big chiefs really well, and that's probably how I got it. Like he talked to them, like he wanted the house to get something.
Yeah. That's the most important thing.
So that was the one thing. I don't know if when was the last time like the house had gotten something. So he was really pushing it, and I think once he got sick, to me it was. I felt like it was one of his dying wishes, that it made sure it happened because he passed away before Medal Day.
Oh,
he didn't even get a chance to see it. Yeah.
I mean, that is one of the best things that can happen to a firehouse, right? Is if somebody gets them out, don't even matter.
Yeah.
It's such a prideful thing that for everybody.
Zontriano medal.
Turns out, it was great. It was great. The guys took care of me because I was already in 270 when they announced it. Like they announced it. Yeah. So and the guys called me up right away, like, we got you, because I think Donnie Schneider was in 270. He was like the commissary. He's like, we'll get your limo if you want. I said, no, 104's already told me they got it and everything else. He's like, okay, because 270 already had a few guys going to Medal Day that year. And so both houses were great, and it was a great day,
Wow, it sounds like that would be great.
Yeah. And it ended up, it was a long day.
Did the woman end up living, or did she pass away
later
on?
I think she lived. Yeah, I think she lived.
Wow.
You
never talked to her or anything?
That? Oh, there you go.
No, that was one thing. Like my wife would say, like, she didn't even come by the firehouse and thank you. I'm like, I don't tell you, she, who knows,
She's like, screw this, I'm going to Aruba or some shit.
Yeah, she's alive. So, and
so when did, like Ruffy said to you before, when did you get the thought that maybe you wanted to go to SOC?
I knew I wanted to do more work, and I loved 104, but I wanted to do more work, Yeah. And so I knew Chief Richardson out on the island.
That's not a bad guy to know.
No, it wasn't. And
so you called him up and said, Tommy.
Yeah, it's probably not how it went. No.
No.
Yeah. I don't think so. So we knew each other through the volleys, and we seen somewhere, and he's like, hey, you hear about the new squads? And I'm like, no, I didn't hear anything. He's like, they're opening up, and I think I'm going to be the captain of one of them. And I go, you're going to leave 234? What do you have in your mind? And he's like, yeah, it's going to be a good thing. And I'm like, oh. He goes, he just threw it out there like, hey, a little bit. What do you think? I go, a lot of training, right? He's like, yeah. I go, I just had my son. I know it's going to be a lot. I don't think I can do it right now. Cap. He was a captain. And he's like, all right, so, don't worry about it. But, if you just think about it, down the road. So like a year later, my son was going to be 2. We had like a bunch of babysitters set up. So I gave my buddy a call and I said, hey, remember me?
I'm still interested.
Conversation that we had.
Yeah. So he was like, hey, I got a guy. I just got a guy from Rescue 3, and I got some other guys. But, definitely, you're going to be on the list for me. It took me a year to get there.
Yeah.
It still took me a year. I got there in March of 2020. But
2000.
He just got over Dave Dangerfield. All right, I'm not even in that realm, That guy wasn't. he came over from Rescue 3. That guy was like, it's a superstar, I'm just happy I got there eventually,
Right.
But so we just waited, and then like it was like March of 20, it was early March, and he's like, he calls me on the department phone. Hey, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly how he would do it.
I said, what's up, Cap? He goes, all right, bro, you're coming over in 2 weeks. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, yeah. I said, oh my God, that's awesome. Thank you. He goes, yeah, you're coming over with a guy from 212. I'm like, who? He's like, Richie Wiley. I'm like, get out of here. Right. So I'm like, that's insane. Hang up the phone. Half hour later, we go to like a frame job. Go over by 146. Good job. Catch a good piece of it. I come back. We're hanging out. And it's on the phone. Maz, department phone. Hey, bro, how was that job? It was great. And he's like, all right, so, we're going to do a lot of work over here too. I said, oh, I know. I'm psyched up,
Yeah.
And then I think I was working that day and night. And then we ran in with 212 somewhere, maybe a car fire. So I'm like, hey, boys, actually 3-5 was real tight. You knew all those guys. They knew the Ray Seelys and the Tommy Bones and 108. You worked everywhere. You guys probably did the same thing wherever you were, The battalion was tight. Like we knew a lot of guys in different places, especially if you're there 4 or 5 years,
Yeah, right. No doubt.
I'm saying, hey, I'm going to be, and I didn't know. No, he didn't tell me Wiley was coming over. Sorry. So I found out that night and I go, yeah, I'm going to be leaving. A couple of senior guys at 212 because I had worked there for like 45 days to equalize manpower, like 2 summers earlier. So he was like, they're like, yeah, Richie Wiley's going. And I'm like, really? And that's when I found out. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, he's coming over in 2 weeks. I go, and he did. He came over with me. We were 24 partners together when we got over there.
Well, who was there when you got there, Mads?
It was Tommy Rich. It was Chris Rigoli, Jimmy Earl, and Dougie Sloan, the original bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Just Seeley, Bell, Cecilia Davy, Tommy Bone, Tavella, Lee, Poliata, Witta, Pickford.
Holy shit, look at Pickford.
Yeah.
Who was that on the back step standing up?
That's a kid. A kid I went to Proby school with. He came over from 125, Mike Rudalico.
I was going to say, I don't remember him.
He lasted, I think he made it like 6 months, and then it just wasn't for him, and he went back. But Bobby Lang made it. Bobby Lang's right next to Pickford.
Moyak is right there.
Yeah, Moyak's right there. That's where we got the Hey Fellas from. Moyak was huge for Hey Fellas. That was it. That's tough. Everybody was fellas. It was great.
I love Paulie, man. He was
he was great.
Good fireman.
We did it all the time. So as soon as he come in, we're like, hey fella, he was good. This is a little later on. This is probably like 04, 05, maybe. Yeah.
That's Pierulli? Is that Pierulli?
Yeah, Pierulli there, yeah.
Wow, look how young he looks.
Yeah, he came over right before. I want to ruin his date, but I know he was there for 9/11. So he probably came over like that spring of 01, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. And who's on the outside there? I don't know who that is.
Which one? All the way to
on the left, next to you, yeah.
Is Kurt Warner?
Yeah, I don't know if I remember him either.
And Richie's still there, right?
Richie's still there, yeah. If Andy retires, which there's rumors he might go, then he's going to be the senior guy.
Wow, he's been there that long, huh?
Yeah, he got there. He was like,
wow.
He was there like he was like 2 years on a job and he got over.
Wow.
Came from the Bronx.
I didn't realize he was there that long.
Andy who? Little Asian Andy?
Yeah. There's rumors he might go. So
wow.
And then the other guy's Witter. Stevie Witter.
Witter was a good guy, right?
He was in 132.
Yeah, Witter, another Proby school guy. Witter. Yeah. Yeah, he was good.
Witter. That's Rigoli in the middle, right?
Rigoli in the middle. Yeah, Rigoli was
he still on the job as
he didn't like us at first, Rigoli, because he called us away because we didn't catch any work for like 2 months. And he was like, you two white clouds got to get out of here. I was sitting around doing nothing. He was breaking our chops. But finally, when we broke it, I don't know when Richie broke. Well, I can't remember my first one there, but it was insane. And then all of a sudden, it just kicked in. Like you guys, all of a sudden, you just, it was great. It was unbelievable tours. I mean, I'm talking 2 to 3, not a lot, but not what they were doing, the Warriors. But 2 to 3 felt like
Well, it was good for you guys because you guys were beating the rescue to all the jobs, right? So
Yeah.
we had to compete up.
Right.
You know, we're close, so we might get in before them at one job, but not on the other job. Whereas you guys, you know, you could get into all of those dollhouses all the time, so it's good.
Oh, we're gonna have a little shot he threw in there, bro.
Look at Maslinski. Petey, how many jobs we catch together? We caught a couple jobs together, right?
Yeah, we did a decent amount. Yeah. I probably caught 2 or 3 in '88 working in, and it was always like for your Christmas party. Always.
No, I'm talking. I worked at 270, and you were driving me, and we caught a couple of good jobs. I know that.
Yeah.
That
It
was
wasn't too bad too. You had the division in with you, right? So that had to work out for you.
Yeah, the guys made it. Before I got there, they really bonded a good relationship with the 13th, and they took care of us. You know, if they felt like putting us in a building, they put us in it. They knew it was nothing. They get us out of there. You know, we wouldn't be staying there long. So it was, you know, the officers and the senior guys that got there to start the company. You know, the chiefs. I think they really liked them. You know.
What was good is they were able to see firsthand your capabilities because you were drilling on the apparatus floor, right? For us, Division 14 really wanted nothing to do with us in the beginning. It was tough.
Yeah. It was crazy, and it was great to me. I don't know, you guys. Soccer to me was nothing better.
Yeah, there wasn't anything better.
The guys talked about first do truck work, first do engine work. That's fine, but you know, I was very fine getting in. You know. Right after the first 2 companies and doing a little work. I didn't have to do much, you know?
Yeah.
Made the move and, you know.
I'm trying to think back now. I'm trying to remember. We had a job. I was working in 270 and we had the job where I think, what is it where the Clearview comes down to what street is that over there? Where the Clearview.
Oh,
Hillside,
yeah.
Hillside Avenue.
Something like that. Yeah. 204.
Yeah. So there was a bus accident there. You remember the bus went into the fruit store over there.
I wasn't working that tour, but
you weren't? Oh, all right. I thought you were working that one.
Oh, all right. Yeah, then you went to a job.
Yeah. So then we're standing there and 288, and I think they came because of the hazmat or something. I forget, but we were there. And we set up all the grip hoist and all that stuff.
But somebody else, not yours.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly all the little things, but so this is the best. Is my company is there. I'm working at 270, right? And all of a sudden, a box comes in for a fire. Like, I don't know what it was, like 6, 8, 10 blocks down the road, whatever it was, right? And they're getting, a lot of calls, right? So I go over to the chief. Again, now this is the 13th Division is there, right? Because it's right, that's not too far from you. I mean, it's far, but it's not that far.
Yeah.
It's further than 288. So here I am thinking, I remember Ren was working, a couple of guys from 288, and I fucking go over to the chief, and I'm like, Chief, everything's hooked up, right? You don't need us. The rescue's here, whatever. He's like, yeah, Louis, you guys could take the job and go ahead. So I turn around and I'm like, let's go. We're up. I could have swore you were working, Peter. You weren't working for that?
He was working now.
So we jump in the rig, and I remember looking out the window, and I think about Mike Everett. He's like, when you're in your company, man, they're the best company on the earth. When you're not working in that company, it doesn't matter where you are. That's the best company on the earth. And we go to this job, and turned out to be a pretty good job. You know what I mean? It was just, and then of course they were
from the Bronx. Didn't 3?
Yes, that's right. 3 got it. How did you remember all this shit? That's right. Rescue 3 got into the box, and then
I think Scotty had it. Maxwell had it. I remember talking to him about it. And,
but I remember like one after the other. With PD too, we went to one job and we were going to the box. I think it turned out to be nothing. And then all of a sudden another call came in. And I remember you saying, I don't think you remember this one. You said to me, well, that's going to be a job. I think what's the last outpost? What company is that?
251.
Yeah. So that's your company, right? 251, right?
Yeah.
So, but we were all the way out there for a different box. So we were so close. So you're like, yeah, it's going to be a job. We'll start heading that way. So we start going that way. And sure as shit, 251, 1075. Now, 251 is kind of like the country of Queens. You know what I mean? There's like big houses with big yards. They're like Queen Anne style. We turn the corner, and they're just stretching the line. They're the only company there. And we pull up. You don't remember that, Petey? I'm surprised you remember that. And then, literally, we get up to the door. A couple of guys, we pop the door. and I put my face piece on. I remember looking over at the guy from 251. He's like, "How the hell did you guys get here?" Like I could see it in his face. And we went in, and it was a great job. I remember saying, like, that's how you got to get those jobs, right? You got to sneak around and get in there. And that's
we caught a few of them that way coming back from another job. We just caught it right. Coming down the right street, and then you hear it come in, and you just start heading that way. The thing is, you don't want to be like, if you're doing that, it's a squad job, at least for the chauffeur. You're like, all right, go. And I'm like, fuck that. I'm not fucking getting in first due and got to be the engine chauffeur. I'm not hanging out.
We did that with the job with the Mayday. We had the Mayday there. The guy from Pryor, 155, right? That was the job where we pulled up, where we heard that box. We were going to a pull box or something, or a call fire or something.
We were going to, it was like a barbecue, but it wasn't our area. And I'm like, why are we going to the single engine? Why are we going to this stupid box? Like, where the hell's 308? Then their box came in, and I go, oh, that might be a job.
Yeah.
Really, it was only like 5 blocks from the barbecue.
Right.
We got a piece of that too.
Yeah.
Yes, we pulled up to that, and it was blowing out of everywhere. And we heard a Mayday. And as we were walking up, I think Pete said to me, "Did you hear that Mayday?" I said, "Yeah, I heard the Mayday." And then we walk up, and the chief was like, he didn't hear it.
Yeah.
So we just said, "Hey, chief, there's somebody just gave a Mayday." And
then the Alpha got on and said, whoever it was, like, yeah, he just gave a Mayday. And that kid ended up scrambling. And
he was hiding behind the couch.
Ran into 308's like backup or something. And it came out the back door. Yeah.
Yeah, we set up the Stang on the first due engine. I remember telling the chauffeur, put the Stang in the front window there, because the guy was coming out everywhere, and then we ended up going through the front window. Right, we went through the front window.
And he wasn't going to charge that Stang.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm like, put it in the window, brother. There's a guy in there. Put it in the window, man. It don't matter at this point. The guy.
That might have been also like a covering guy, like, hey, we got to back out and regroup, and we're like, what?
Dude, what? That's right, PD. That's right,
Yep.
PD. We talked about that. I'm like, that's what I want to hear when I'm hiding behind the couch. All right, everybody, let's back out and regroup. I'm like, where the hell is it? I want to hear guys saying, let's get everybody moving this way. Like, not back. I remember him saying, everybody back out. And we talked about that with the division that night at the. That's right. I forgot about that, bro. Peter remembers that shit, man.
Pete's like a fucking elephant, bro.
Oh, I'm not. No, I don't remember a lot of stuff.
What?
I don't remember a lot of stuff.
You guys started at one point doing a lot of engine work too, man. You were getting first due work.
We still do. Pickford would call me Petey the Pumper after he left.
Petey the Pumper.
Petey the Pumper, because every time you guys got down there, he was the boss in '88. You get down, he's like, "Hey, yeah, on a pump panel again." I'm like, yeah, stuck here. Yep. And
you guys
now, what about like
first to work?
You guys had a little more, I think, problems than we did with other first due trucks and companies around, right?
Yeah, it was. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it is what I'm not going to get into it. Like they just, I don't know. they didn't like us for whatever reason, and that was that was the 2 years before I got there.
Right.
You were never going to straighten it out. So it is what it is.
Well, it's like what what's his name? Galleone said. Listen, he didn't want nobody wants anybody taking any of their work.
He did say that, right? That's what he thought about the squad.
Common sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Could you imagine being like 136 and 288 opens up down the road, or 126 and 270 opens up down the road? Come on, you don't want to. But it's hard enough to get into work. Now you got 5 more guys trying to squeeze past you at every fucking opportunity. So
if you're smart, you moved in the right way. You go in the front door.
Come on, man.
Yeah. We had another one. The goalie was working again, Jimmy Reichman, and we get down. It's south of Rockaway, towards Woodhaven, and it's a good basement job, and it's Howie Carlson's at 5'1", and he loved us, and he was just like, that guy went to, like, I don't know if he had Billy on, but that guy he had every fire in Queens when he was working. It was insane. And it wasn't like one room. He had every fire. It was like 9 rooms and 3 buildings and 3 crashes and everything.
That's good. That's who you want leading the way, right?
He was working
You had all the small jobs.
We just wanted to look at the ride list. Carlson's working. All right, good chance we're going to work tonight. And this was a cold day, and we get in there, and Bergoli goes to Chief Carlson. He's like, Chief, squad's here, and he's like this, go. Like so, we just go. Because he knew he's going to put us to work. So me and Reichman make the first floor, and we come in the back door. We make the first floor, and we do a search, and it's got louvered doors, right? So they're really not protecting it, but it burns through the first floor in the living room, and it now takes the front bay window, and it's out the bay window because the engine's making a good move, but they got to go from the rear entrance all the way to the front of the house. So they're doing it, but it's taking a little while. And then we hear, so we're in the other side of the front door, and here comes the second due line, the third line, or whatever's coming in the front door. And they got good fire in the living room because it burned through. And so we closed the louvered doors. That didn't really do anything for us. And so all of a sudden we hear the line behind that front foyer door. And we're like, shut it down. And they're like, you can hear them like, is that somebody in there? Yeah. And we opened the door for them. And we're like, come on in, fellas. And they're like, let's go up. They come in. And then the truck came, whatever truck he came in. I'm like, boss, the front room's done, searched, whatever. They just got, we started the other stuff. He's like, all right, thanks. But yeah, we opened the door for them. Like, we just came in the back door. It was wide open. So it was real easy. But they couldn't comprehend that we were behind that door that they were trying to come in. Like, it wasn't that bad, It was great though. Another great story that me and Jimmy laugh at, It was.
Who are you guys over there? Reichman and Greco and Paulie, right?
Paulie, yeah. Well, me and Vinny were real tight when he was, before he got promoted.
That
was the one thing with the job, right? You got tight with guys, and then for whatever reason they left, but they got promoted, retired,
transferred, or whatever.
Transferred. It's like, you get tight. Like me and Vinny are still tight. We still break each other's chops. But we were pretty super tight, like he was kind of running that company for a little while after 9/11. Like he was a guy who needed to, make statements and make sure guys were going to stay and stuff and break balls if he had to. And
strong personality. So that's why.
Yeah. And he was good. And he never backed down from anybody. And he was just told it like it was, And
I think somebody actually sent me a picture of you and Greco. Can you pull that up, Guns?
Oh, I do. I think I have that one.
Me and Paulie, yeah. Paulie was another guy, so I was there.
Which one do you want first? The color one or the other one?
The real one.
This one?
Yeah, there you go.
Where is that from?
That was photoshopped.
That was photoshopped.
I think that was his retirement party. Somebody put it up at, and then it made it to my retirement party.
Oh my God, that is awesome! Nice sweater.
Yeah, that was good. I see the two. What is it? I don't know. Oh, he's got a.
Yeah, you have a Bronco thing on.
Bronco. I don't know why Bronco.
I was gonna say Bronco. It looked like American Airlines.
Yeah.
But all right.
It was,
But there's also the other picture, bro.
Then you have this one.
Pinky in the Brain. Yeah, they.
Why'd they call you Pinky in the Brain?
Because Paulie was the little guy with the brain. He was like, "We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that." And I'd be like, "Okay."
Pinky and the Brain. I've never seen that before.
I had never heard of it until they showed us that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Pinky and the Brain.
Well, when we had Anthony on, he was talking about, we were saying that too, that his old man seemed to have. He was like. And I got some of the stories from you, like he ran all of the stuff for the hockey game and all that stuff, right? He was squared away, right?
He did it all. Yeah. He was so adamant because he came from a single house, and like there was guys that like, all right, we gotta cover the company for whatever, the Christmas party. I'm like, no, we can't, because that's 6 guys that won't be there. And then if for some reason 4 guys don't show up, that's 10 out of 25. It's going to, what do you call it? Like a circle jerk, or whatever you called it. Like, it's mushad. It's nothing, right? Like, what are we doing here? Like, so he was absolutely adamant, like, everybody off, get tours off, blah, blah, blah. For one night, everything will be just fine in Queens South. Fucking place is not going to die, And he was adamant. Like, everything we did, picnics and stuff like that, had to be off. And because he came from guys, a lot of guys that came from double houses. If you don't have 10 guys show up, you don't even miss them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You don't have
a single house. Correct. Yeah. I agree with you.
You're gonna look like, like you go to a picnic with 15 guys and their wives. You're like, what is this? You know?
Yeah, right.
So-
Right. It makes sense.
He
That does
ran
make
it. And he
sense.
ran it good, and he had some. He didn't have run-ins with bosses, but they were like, like, hey, I think we need to cover the company. No, we're not covering the company. We're going to get guys to work, and they were all stock guys, and they all can handle it, and we'll be fine,
Right.
And he was great like that, and like so, yeah. So we became super tight. So the good story is, so we're getting there. Like we're becoming closer and stuff, and getting to know his family and stuff. So he goes, "What are you doing Saturday or whatever day it was?" I'm like, "Nothing. Why?" "Yeah, you want to come to PJ's graduation party, high school graduation party? It's at Mushrooms in Long Beach or whatever it was." I go, "Yeah, no problem." He's like, "Yeah, I need a cook."
That was a good way to wiggle around it, maybe.
Yeah. So they come down. I'm like, "Yeah, no problem, dude. I'll help you out. Like, no big deal." Like, he goes, "I got to do this. I got to talk to people. I got to do this. I can't." I go, "Yeah, no problem. I got you. I'll cook." It was easy. Burgers, chicken, no big deal. Get it all done. Big grill. That grill was actually, first of all, it was like 6 feet long. He put like 19 bags of charcoal in there. That thing was roaring. It was hotter than your feet. It was standing over it. We were burning. Right? I'm like, what the hell did you do to me? We were throwing chicken on. It was like a minute on each side of his
Yeah, he pulled the Judge Smales on you. Danny, why don't you come over to my house this weekend and maybe you can mow my lawn?
So so we're leaving. We had a couple, we're hanging out all day, and he goes, "I can't fit the keg in a thing. Can you put it in your car?" I go, "I had a 2-door Jeep at the time with the back seat." He goes, "Yeah, we'll just throw it in the back seat." And I don't have the cover on. It's summer. I don't have a cover on. I got no top on the Jeep. I go, "Dude, the fucking keg is standing like." He goes, "Yeah, we'll throw a top on." I go, "All right, sounds good." I'm like, so we start driving. Poof! There goes the top. I gotta make it from Long Beach to his house in Massapequa. I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna get pulled over."
What could happen? What
What
could
could go wrong? What could go wrong?
And we got to the house and we pretty much finished up the keg. It was great. He was one of a kind. And we, like I said, we really became tight.
Guns, put that picture up of Paulie when he got burnt.
Which one is that one? Refresh my memory because
It was like 3 guys in the picture.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Give me a second. I have it marked as burnt. Here we go.
Yeah. So I'm checking. He goes, "I think I'm burnt." I go, "Yeah, you're burnt. Yeah, you're pretty much burnt. Yeah, on his ears and stuff, around his neck." And he had his hood on and everything. So this job, it's like 10, 15 degrees out. It's the middle of the day. Nasty wind, right? And that's Jerry Kennelly from 41. The always Irish brogue.
Oh,
Yeah. A master. Yeah.
He's like, "Fucking Paul, your fucking ears are falling off."
You're dripping, Paulie. You're dripping.
Oh, it was fucking crazy. I was dying. So this is we're out, and so we're getting reports of people trapped, and we got Phil DeLuca as a captain. I think Widow was driving, and we turned the corner, and we got the DeLuca goes, 1075. We got people at the 3rd floor window. Forget about that. He just jumped.
Oh, man.
And we pull over. We stretch the line. It's on the 2nd floor. It's a staircase going up and then going to the side. It wasn't that bad. We get to the door. We open it, and the fucking slide is let loose in the rear. And that wind was howling about 40 miles. It was like a blowtorch coming out around Paul. And he's like, "I'm burning up." I go, "You're doing good, bro. You're doing good. You're doing good." I'm just yelling. He's like, and all he has to do is make the doorway and put the nozzle to the right around the door. Right? He's really not hitting the seat of the fire. He gets it there and he does it and he just puts it out. He leaves it there for like 30 seconds just to try to knock the room down a little bit. He got it out. He did a great job. And then he's like, "Ooh, I think I'm burnt." I'm like, "Oh, let's go outside and look." No.
Yeah, you're burnt.
Up a little bit. So it wasn't bad. I think he only did that night. I don't even know if they kept him. I can't remember. But he's like, "Don't tell Mary Jane." Tell me. I'm like, "I'm not saying nothing." I'm like, "I got you." I'm going home that night. That night he was working. They hired somebody. The 6th alarm that burnt that building in the Rockaways was fire on every floor. He was mad that he missed that job.
Of course. What do you mean?
Of course
Are you
we
kidding
respect
me? I missed this job because of this stupid thing. He was like, yeah, he did a great job on it. It was Rose, and I believe that 4 got down there and made a grab on the 3rd floor.
No shit.
Maybe Jimmy, not Jimmy Butler, Tommy Butler, maybe something like that. For some reason, I'm remembering that he made a grab up on the top floor.
Wow.
It was raw. I don't know how he got there because he wasn't going up the interior stairs. So I don't know if he got in off a portable or something like that. There's a 3-story garden apartments they have over there, like off of 101, 114 over there. There's a bunch of them all over all those different blocks. So they did that.
We got that other picture too with all the boys there from the Chesney concert or something, right?
Oh yeah. It's kind of
He would run this too, dude. He'd run this. He'd get this whole thing going on. You know, everybody had to bring certain things. You know,
Reichman's got the chops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that gay band he has on his arm. The chicken wing he's got over there.
You allowed to say that? I don't know.
And then, so I don't think it was this year. So we go one year, and I bring my wife, who's not a big country fan, right? And she's going through it. Billy's there, and I think he's already living in Minnesota. I think he moved. He was already retired. And we come back, and Mary Jane still busts my chops. So we get out, and with the year before, we had lobster tails. Nice. So I go, I'll get him again. He's like, all right, great. So we get him, doing it. We're cooking him up. He's like, all right, where's the butter? Oh, shit. You brought fucking lobster tails without butter? Are you fucking kidding me? He's fucking,
Shit.
I'm like, oh, man. He's like, who the fuck does that? I go,
We got together at one of those concerts, right? Me, you.
Yeah, we met.
Reichman,
We were in the coach.
Flippy.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah. You know, we go to highfalutin seats.
We know how to do it. Yeah.
Ruffy does himself well, bro. Believe me.
Yeah. Well, he always got like 6 houses now, right?
Yeah, something like that. I'll pull up a couple of volley pictures, the scary ones.
I don't know if I was scary ones, but
I didn't see any of these, so I have
There
no
was
idea.
a couple of them.
Oh, that's it. That's Eddie Fulford from 175. He's retired now. He's a good friend.
Oh, there you go.
That was a couple of years ago in the summertime.
What is that? Like they burn the houses, or that's a job?
No, that's a job. Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's like a Sunday morning, like 10 o'clok in the morning.
Sunday morning.
Probably good that they burned it. Look at that place.
Yeah. It was that kind of a little dumpy. Yeah.
You're still active there, Pete?
No, we go to some work like to other places, but we do maybe 2 jobs a year.
No, but are you still active with the volleys?
Oh yeah, I'm still active. Yeah.
Yeah.
There they are.
Little Andy.
There we go. Here he is.
Andy, run shock.
You've been there a long time, huh? Holy
Yeah.
Andy's been there a while. Yeah. Andy got there, I think, 03. He's there 20 years. Richie's there 20. Richie's like the longest guy ever, I think, right now, I believe.
Is that right?
20, what is it? He got there in 02 or 03. So he's there at least 20, 21. I just did 20, then I got out. Yeah.
Are there any charter members that are still there? In any of the
Charter?
sports?
No, I wasn't even a charter member. No, I was.
I wondered if any of them are still even on the job from that.
On the job. I
That's a
don't
great
believe
pick.
so.
Is Martin still there?
Dave?
Yeah.
Dave's still there.
He's got to be one of the senior guys there.
Yeah, he's up there now. Yeah, but it's still like so. I think it's Andy, Richie, probably John Hoffman, and
Hoff is still there.
Hoff
Holy
is still
shit!
there, yeah, the
I
Hoff,
forgot
yeah.
about Hoff.
and Trevor maybe.
Is Kilgus there?
No, Kilgus isn't there anymore.
He's not there anymore.
Well, let me ask you a question, Maz. Is there a difference in a C truck in Queens and a C truck in Brooklyn?
Yeah, right. That's Hoff. Yeah, that's the Hoff.
Okay.
You know what the difference is? You know what the difference is?
What?
You were taught the job the right way.
Oh, there you go, bro. That's all I wanted to know. A little birdie stuck that in my head. Somewhere.
Yeah, I know. The Hoff. I know. I get it. He would say that all the time. A C truck is a C truck. I go, yeah, okay. Except you don't get off. You don't get off the rig with any mask on or anything.
That's it.
That. I got another question for you. Like, 270 was always perceived as a company that was hard on the new guys, and like they had a brutal fucking kitchen table.
Yeah.
Is there much truth to that, or was it?
I wouldn't say we were super hard. I would just say that, you had, I learned from Pickford, so I kind of tried to continue what he did, and he made sure the guys knew what they were doing, and if they didn't know what they were doing, you give them a chance, like pretty much enough rope to hang themselves, and then, I know after we had a lot of guys come and go through and stuff like that, but, I just don't, I can't say I chased everyone away. Maybe a few. If I chased you away, then I don't know what, you didn't really want to stay, because all you had to do is, to the guys that stayed and at least enjoyed my company, I think I was fine. But, if you weren't the right guy, and then that was on you, then not on us, So.
Gotcha. So before, I just wanted to go back to the volley pictures for a minute. So I got them from Paul.
He loves these volley pictures.
And he said that I wanted you to tell the story about every time he would try to take a picture of you from the front, you would do this in a picture, right?
Who is this? Who is this?
Yeah. So there's one of the guys in neighboring departments. He's a photographer. He's a fire photographer. So he takes pictures all the time. So he buffs a lot of work. So he would be like, flip me off when I take a shot. Yeah. So he'd come in, and 270 was known for, like, they'd get the volley, like that Fire News magazine, and they just looked to it to see who was in it, and you didn't want to be in it, because then by the time you made it, it was hanging up in the kitchen. It was somewhere. So I would go to Mesa. Don't you fucking put me in that fucking. I don't care. Don't, because then they take pictures and then they post it on the web so guys can buy them. I'm like, don't put any of my pictures in there, because those guys, they wouldn't buy them, but they definitely would, Photoshop it and take it off and do what they had to do.
Photoshopping was big then when that stuff first come out. Like when you could first cut a picture off, they had put your head on something else. Like
even like the pictures with the sweaters on. That was all Photoshop.
So Mays at the end, So Mays at the end.
That's fucking great.
And you know what the best is? When you look at some of those, sometimes you can't really tell. Like Paulie's face there looks like he's got his.
Like he belongs.
Yeah, it looked perfect.
Yeah. So when I retired, I think Mays came up to me and he's like, "Can I finally take a picture?" I go, "Yeah, now it's fine. You're good." So I just break his drops.
Oh, wow.
What else you got? You got some more stories? Or you got more pictures?
Well, we have. What we got is KY.
Oh! You get it, Hitler! There it is.
What other pictures we got? We got more.
I looked at KY in the chat tonight. He said he was going to watch.
So here's a decent story. 270 pitches, blah, blah, blah. Johnny Drew comes over. You guys knew John, right?
Yeah. Love John.
Love him. Loved him. Like, I was so happy he came and so happy he got the spot.
One of my favorite guys.
And I was driving him for a while. It was great. So he comes over and he goes, we're driving back from somewhere. He goes, just feeling out the company. He's like, so what are you? Are you the senior guy? You're like, what are you, like third? And I go, nah, I'm the senior guy now. The thing is, with Paulie might have been there, but I had more time there than Paulie, but I would give Paulie, because he had 4 more years than me. So I said, Paulie, you got it. Whatever you want to do, we'll work together. And we were fine with it. We always work together just fine, And so he goes, so what is it? So I go, well, I got most time in the company, but Paulie's right there, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, what about that old guy? And I go, what old guy? Giannini? Isn't he the senior guy?
John Oots.
And I go, no, he looks old. That's it. He's not.
Got a tough paper out.
He's always had that gray hair, bro.
It was great. It was a great John Drew thing, man. I was dying. Like,
what about that old guy?
That old guy. And I'm like, no, he looks old. I mean, he's got some time in the company, but he's not the senior guy. He goes, I thought that guy was a senior guy.
John Oots is one of my favorite guys too, man.
I thought he was like 80 years old. No.
Who's that? Yeah,
Yost is in there. Yost is in the chat.
He's in the chat now?
Yeah, all right. I think he was there. He was hiding in the back. There he is. I'm going to see him Saturday night at the book signing.
Oh, nice.
We're
going all the way out to Coram, huh?
Is that far from Long Beach?
Yeah.
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 Where's what other pictures we got there, Gons?
Which one do you want to start? Actually, let me go back to this one. I have this one. Was probably a cool one.
Yeah, here you go. So that's on the south side. It's Tony Cavalieri. Tony Cavs on it was in Rescue 5, right? Another 104 guy.
Yeah.
Tommy Petty. Sean McPherson was a guy that was in 292 for a little bit. I don't know if you remember him.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Shawnee was right next to Tony. Right. My buddy Jimmy Butler's behind the guy with the police uniform on. Can you tell who that is?
No.
It's a Harrison Ford.
Is it?
What?
Yeah.
That's Harrison Ford. What was he playing in the movie or something?
Yeah. They were filming
Devil, what'd you say?
Devil's Own. The Devil's Own, right? Yeah. Right on our streets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was good.
Han Solo.
Yeah, it was great.
Solo, you can hardly see what they're doing. No?
They don't work hard. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You got more of their guns? Let's get them all
I
out.
do. That's some all. So we have, we have this guy right here. This is a good one. Kind of keeping in line.
Chief Gadsey. Yeah, that was
Greg. Is that Greg Haynes?
Greg Haynes. Yep.
Tony,
so this was
Triple T.
T-Bone in the back.
Tony Tedeschi.
No, it's Tedeschi.
No, it's not Tedeschi.
Oh, on the left, no?
No,
that's him.
Oh, shit.
Fucking crackhead.
It looks like Triple T.
Now, that was a Fire Foundation after Medal Day. They do it every year for the medal winners. So actually, because Kenny Barry next to me had gotten a medal, Jimmy Earl got a medal, and Greg Haynes. So we went there. We had a bunch of guys from the company. We went there.
That's Barry?
That's Ken Barry, yeah.
Oh, my God, dude. That don't even look like him. Holy mackerel.
Nice. So you talk about Medal Day. This is
and this is Medal Day. This is with the South Side. This was great. It was such a great day. That's Nigro. He's probably the reason why I got the medal, because he was really good friends with Montgomery.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was his first stint.
He was, I don't forget what he was, chief of VMS or chief of, I don't know where he was at that point.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, great day. So you see that guy? Who's that guy?
Ski, another Polak.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ski.
Yeah, we grew up together.
Did you?
Yeah, we knew each other, and then we actually, whatever high angle school that was, we were in together. Because he was coming to you guys, or he was in you guys already.
Yeah, he lives in Florida now, I think.
Yep. Yeah, he lives in Florida now, yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Pickford again. Old man Giannini.
Pirulli, old man Giannini. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, Giannini looks young there.
Sorry.
Holy shit.
Yeah, right?
Oh, my God. We're getting old. Holy shit. Is that what he looked like? Damn.
Damn, son.
Janoots.
So I just got it. Oh, there. That was a good. Yeah. Bordilli was there already. Joe Vaccaro was still there.
Oh, Vaccaro. He was another good guy, man. I liked him.
Dave Mama. Dave Mama probably just got there. Maybe just got there. I think that's Timmy. The guy right in front of me. I believe that's Timmy. He ended up going up to 41 and drive. Mason.
Is that O'Toole?
O'Toole. Timmy O'Toole.
Hey,
yeah.
O'Toole? Yeah.
I believe that's Timmy O'Toole.
It does look like him a little bit.
Yeah, I believe it is.
The guy with the glasses, what's his name?
He's from 18, isn't
Scotty
he?
McGregor.
No, I thought he was from 18, that guy. That guy that looked like that.
Scotty McGregor, Mike Peacock.
Peacock.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You said cock.
I remember the guy with the glasses, but I don't know where I remember him from.
He came from 108, Scotty.
He was there for a while?
He was probably there 4 years. He retired out of our place.
Did he? I don't
Maybe
know.
5 years. I forget when he got out. I know, and he came after 9/11, so he was. I don't know when he got out. I can't remember. These guys. You talk to a guy now, and you're like, "When'd you get out?" Oh, I got out in 09. I'm like, "Get out of here."
Yeah, no, that's crazy, right? That's pretty crazy.
Insane.
Yeah.
When guys got out, you don't even realize how fast it goes.
The old not board. Yeah, I'm out 10 years already, bro. Decade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I just laughed because I remember coming up to you guys all the time, and those salvo drawings of you.
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
Well, first of all, of everybody, the whole company.
Yeah.
That was insane. So
Where is this? Alaska?
This was Alaska. Yeah.
looks like the deadliest catch.
Deadliest catch. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So this is February of 16. I got the can for the night because I'm on roster, and we go down to this. We go down to Rockaways like 3 times, and we can't find this ship that's ran aground because it's so foggy you can't see it, right? Then finally on the 3rd time down, they see it, right? a Coast Guard, smaller Coast Guard, actually flipped their boat trying to get to it. So they had to pull them out. They swam to shore, those Coast Guard guys. And then we're standing here, and all of a sudden, Tony's like, all right, we're going to put our suits on, go. And I go, we're going to what? He goes, yeah. I mean,
do what? Do what?
It's like 10, 15-foot waves there. It was insane. It was like 10 degrees out. I'm like, what are we doing? We got to get the crew off. I go, we got to get the crew off.
What?
Like,
What?
yeah, it was insane. So we go out there, and the Coast Guard helicopter comes from Jersey, right? And they're like, all right, they're gonna drop a basket, and I think they had to get like 4 crew members off. The captain was staying with the ship. What a nice guy, right? Meanwhile, there's diesel, and that thing's leaking diesel everywhere, right? So I'm in this diesel-infested water, and all of a sudden me and this guy, Scotty Edwards, who came from 234, we're in the water in suits, and we hear yelling from the shore. They're like, go, go. What the fuck are they talking about? And then we turn around and we see a guy in the water. And so Scotty starts like running through the water to get to him. I'm like, what the fuck are you running to, bro? We'll get there. So he gets to him, and he's like, are you okay? And the guy's like, get the fuck away from me. He was the rescue swimmer for the fucking Coast Guard.
You're gonna fucking drown me, kid.
He got dropped out of the helicopter, and then he was hanging out. He was like,
awesome.
It was insane. And then they just took him. They put the guy in the basket. They took it over, and we were there forever. It was, and then that's when I got sick and got an infection in my ear, and 6 months later, I was almost off the job.
Really?
Yeah, I got infection in my ear.
I remember that, Petey. Yeah. You got really fucked up, right? Like really bad, really like infection.
Yeah, I'm ignoring it. It hurt. It doesn't hurt, but I can tell there's something wrong.
I remember that.
And I finally I got like 2 days of hazmat training coming up in August. So I got to get this done because they're all, you got to get it done. You got to get it done. So the night before, my neck locks up and I can't move. And I'm like, shit. Like, all right, I'll just go. And I'll go to things. So I see Johnny Drew. He's in there. And he's like, you all right? I go, no, I can't move. I just think I have a stiff neck, right? So we go through the whole training. Hazmat don't care. They're like, get in a suit. I'm like, all right. So I'm like, hopefully they're going to let it go. Like, take it easy on me. No. So John's like, listen, we'll go. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Tuesday night, we were going in for a 24. So John gets in, hey, listen, anything goes wrong, just tell me and we'll go sick. And I'm like, all right, no problem, Lou. And went to some stupid railroad tie run on the L. Nothing crazy, fine. They knocked it down. We didn't do anything. Came home, came back, and then like 5 a.m, I wake up and now I got pain. I never had it before in my life. So I wake up and I'm like, all right, I think the career's over. I'm sitting on the couch just pondering my career. And I'm like, shit. And I go, oh, shit, I got to go tell Drew before we get a run because I can't drive the rig. I can't drive it. I can't even turn my head. So I go upstairs. I knock on his door. I'm like, boss. He's like, what's that? I said, I got to get EMS. I can't. He's like, all right, I'll be right down. So he does it. The great guys at 270, I woke them up. They come down into the kitchen. They're like, you got to fucking wake us up? Like,
love the brothers.
They're like complaining that they had to get up. That was just what they do. They broke my balls all the time. So they take me to the hospital, and my wife gets there, and it's 9/11. It's 9/11, and this one doctor's like, all right, I think it's a muscle. We're gonna just give you some muscle relaxers and send you home. She's like, the fuck you're not. He was at 9/11. I don't know what's wrong with him, but he ain't leaving here without an MRI and blah, 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 whatever you got to do. And the guy was like, okay, like, relax. And he's like, you want to get an MRI? I go, yeah, whatever you want to do. So we ended up getting it, and they seen it. And 2 days later, I was in 9.5 hours of brain surgery.
Really?
Yeah. The infection got out of the ear and was around the jugular. And they did a craniotomy at the bottom. And they saved
9 hours surgery?
I told my wife 5 hours and it ended up being 9.5 or something like that.
I remember that.
I didn't even know that, bro. Wow.
And they were great. Kelly was great. Dr. Kelly, she was the best. I mean, some people might not like that. I thought she was great. She sent her captain there right away, whatever. And he's like, Pete, if this is cancer, we're going to have you in Sloan like right tomorrow. I go, all right. But it ended up not being cancer, thank God. But they were great. And then
so what did they actually do? Like they
So I had to cut. They cut all back, and the infection, he had to cut away. The infection was around the jugular, and my ear. So they had 2 neurosurgeons working on that, and an ear doctor who came in later to clean it all up, anything that was in the ear. So they cleaned. I had to cut it away from around the jugular and clean it all out because they said within 2 more days the infection would have got into the jugular and went right to the brain.
Been done.
You would have been dead.
Yeah. So they did all of that, and he took a little piece of my skull, and then he was going to put it back. He cleaned it up, and he's like, well, if it still has infection, then I'm just putting it back in there. So he didn't do that. So then he gave me a little tummy tuck, which my wife was laughing at. She's like, so they took a little fat out of my belly, which was funny, and they stuck that in there. And, I was done 9.5 and in NICU, whatever it's called, neuro ICU, whatever it is, for 2 days. And then it's in the hospital for a week. So, and that was it. But Kelly was great. She was, I got to meet her finally. I'd never met her, but I just dealt with her the whole time I was out. And I walked in the first time. I didn't see her till like December. This was August. She goes, stay home. Take another month. Take another month. Take another month. And then she's like, all right, why don't you come in? So I came in, and I'm like, walking, and I go, the infamous Dr. Kelly. She goes, which one? Because I didn't know there was 2.
Yeah, there is 2. Right.
Yeah, and Kelly, right?
Yeah.
So
I think she operated on me.
Yeah. She goes, there's 2 of us. I go, all right, well, whoever you are. It's like that. So she was great. And she took care of me, and I was able to get back,
Wow.
I didn't think I was going to be able to, but I was able to get back. And she's like, you sock guys are nuts, man. Like,
Did you have any residual problems with it, like hearing or anything?
No, I just with what?
With hearing?
Yeah. With hearing, yeah. Yeah, I did have problems. I can say it now, but I didn't. I didn't. I had to finagle around that, because I didn't want to. So what they ended up.
Just keep pressing the button, Petey.
No, it doesn't work that way, dude. I did it for 25 years. It doesn't work that way.
Put the fucking earmuff on the good ear, bro.
So here's a great story with the ear. I have lost a hearing in my ear, and I'm taking a medical down above 20 truck, right?
Yeah.
Back in the old days, right? Yeah. Lafayette, yeah. So I'm up there, and one of the guys I knew was light duty in the medical office, and he was a senior guy on the job, but he had plenty of time. He goes, "All right, you're all set. The guy inside is going to take care of your hearing." He was working that day. I'm like, okay, because that's all I was nervous about was that. So I get in, and he takes it. He goes, "You just can't." Back then, you couldn't let the chart go above a certain number. So okay, the guy covers the chart with my folder. Who covers the machine? So I'm like. So I'm just like this, like I'm not right. And he looks at the machine. Yeah, he looks at the machine. He looks at the thing. He looks at me. He goes, "Are you the guy?" I go, "Yeah, I'm the guy. I'm not panicking. I'm the guy. He goes, "Oh, okay. Don't let it go past here." I'm like, "Now you got to point out."
It's me. I'm the guy.
Yeah, it was insane. But that worked, and then I was pretty much clear. Yeah,
there you go.
A little hard of hearing, but that was about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is a good segue for this.
What's that?
There we go. That was my last job in 270. That was Freddie was working, Sapo, my last captain. We actually went to Proby school together. Frankie Monteghieri, Darren Harsh, Mr. Metal.
Mr. Metal, big shot, big cheese now.
Brandon Froelich and Bordilli's brother Danny on the end.
Huh.
And
it looks just like him. Holy shit!
Yeah, we came in, and it's all the way on the other side of was it not Franny Lewis, Springfield. So it's like 8 in the morning. I'm like, we're not doing anything here. And I turned a corner on one of the avenues, and I could see it's still out the second floor. I go, we're gonna get a piece of this. So I just see the fire, and I'm driving towards it. But that Freddie's like, it's a fucking dead end. Stop. And I'm like, shit. So I had to back up a little bit, go around the block. We got in. We got a piece of it.
Hop through the yard. That's all. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
We went out on a high note, bro.
Yeah, it was great. We got a chance to do that. So let's take a picture. So That was it was a good job for us. Fatal. Somebody passed away in that top floor room.
Not good for them.
Right.
Yeah, I got in, and Darren's in the back, and I don't know what was going on the second floor. I don't know who it was. I didn't really care. And but the guy had the line, and like he's not making a room and move into that last room. So I'm just like, bro, make the fucking move. Let's go. And Darren's in the back. He tells me after the job, he's like, I thought I was at like the fire academy, the way you were fucking like yelling at me. So then he turns around to me, he goes, I'm the fucking boss. I go, where's your guys? He's like, I don't know. So I go back to the stairs. I go, who's in blah, blah, blah company? And two guys are like, right here. I'm like, you might want to join your boss. Help him out a little bit, like wash down. Now you put the whole fire off. You know, like I don't know what had happened. How they got separated. They were at the top of the stairs. They just went with the line. And
is Sapo still there?
Sapo's still there.
No shit.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer he's going to go.
Wow, that's a long time too.
I think he's maybe, I don't want to say that, maybe 62. So he can go another 3. I don't believe he's going to go another 3. But
wow,
yeah.
a long time.
How many years are you out now, Pete?
I'll be out. Oh, Louis was 4 today, right?
Tomorrow
4. I'll be 4 in March.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What is today? October? October.
Tomorrow's Halloween. I got out in Halloween.
Oh, I got out the week before Halloween.
That was your official date, Halloween?
Yeah.
Were you on the order with me to get on at 270 on Halloween? Were you on a Halloween order in 2000? Were you on that order?
Who, me?
Yeah, to go to 88, or were you an original 88?
No, I was original, yeah.
Okay. Because I thought were you on the order to maybe come back? Were you back by then?
I came back 2009. I came back 2008, 2009. I came back to 288 as the boss.
I looked at the order not the other day, like when I have it somewhere, and me and Wiley got on the order, and then I didn't, and there's a couple other guys, but Dwayne Wood was the one that stuck out. He was from 290 to R2, same order. So, I mean, I don't know how long he was there waiting, but he wasn't there long.
Maybe it was your cousin Louis Rafrano.
It could have been. My cousin went to 132 at that time. It could have been him.
Yeah, maybe something like that. I have to look at the order again. Remember that. And
all right, bro. What else you got before we get to that time, Petey?
Oh, what do we got here?
This is a special.
We got St. Patty's Day 2 years ago. I got to finally march with my daughter.
Beautiful.
And, I was waiting for one of the guys to be like, "Oh, she's not allowed to walk," but nobody said anything. So it was great. It was a good time.
She looks like a mother.
Yeah, and then the man Dinkle on the right, he got out. Right, you guys know that?
Did he get out, the Dinkster?
Yeah, the Dink got out. The Dink got out the end of September.
Another one of my favorite guys.
Yeah, superstar. He was another great guy.
I didn't know he got out.
Yeah, he got out the end of September. His wife's got a really good job, and he wants to hang with the kids, and and be around them. The kid always. I've known that kid since he's like 5 years old.
Really?
His uncle's in the volleys with me, and he was around the volleys, and he's always been just like the greatest kid.
Such a smart kid too. Like he handled all the with the SOC task force. He did all the computer work for us. Thank God. Thank God for Dink. That's what I just say all the time. Great.
And he's just a home run. And I'm just like, I said, "You ready for this?" And I talked to his uncle the other day, and he's like, "He seems fine." I said, "Then you were ready. If you were ready, you know it." I'll just tell you one thing. So I think I told you a little bit. I know Johnny Walters posted my picture.
Oh
today.
shit! I forgot. I had that written down too, bro. Thank God you remembered it.
What was that? What are you talking about?
I remember you said you had a Walter story. I said I'll write it down so I don't forget it. I forgot it.
It's not a good story for John, but because this guy never had any luck, obviously, right? So I come up. I'm in the hazmat for the night. What was the old saying before 9/11?
Eat till you sleep till you're hungry.
Sleep till you're hungry.
Sleep till you're hungry. Yeah.
So we're hanging out, and all of a sudden they're like, "Mass to the apparatus floor." So I come down, like, "What's up?" "All right, you're going over to the squad." There you go. What happened? Johnny, believe it. I know it was Johnny, but I think he fucking hit something with the hot water or the spaghetti and burnt.
He was pouring the pasta from the into the powder, and we went down.
You working that night?
Yeah, I was working.
You remember? So he goes to the hospital. They're like, "You got the control." I'm like, "All right, sounds good." Like a half hour later, again, just like the Metal Day one, we go out the door to Grand Avenue for a job, right? And it was what was it? It was it Vinny? Or was it
Garrow?
Was it Vinny or was it Hoppy that night? I don't remember.
I'm trying to remember the job. Where was the job?
The job was down towards, you were still first two, but it was down, like, I guess where Grand starts to split. It was south of the LA.
Yeah.
And it was a store going. And we're first two. I hook up. I helped the chauffeur. I don't know who was driving. Hook up across the street to come over. And you guys are making a push into the store. So I'm just standing there and we're all good, right? And with that, kid comes walking by and he's got the saw running. And I go, bro, you got to cut these roll downs. I got to find my boss here. And he gives me the roll. He gives me the saw. So I go,
Nice of him.
Ole!
So I'm cutting it. And with that, Ungaro or Hoppy, whoever it was, come out. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? I go, not our saw. He thought I grabbed it off the rig.
Oh, I got you.
And I go, not our saw, dude. Not our saw. He gave it to me. I'm cutting roll downs at the thing. He was like, I come out. And you're like, you got the saw. I'm like panicking.
It was Hoppy.
It was Hoppy.
It was Hoppy. That job was across the street from Dunkin' Donuts. I remember that job now.
Yeah.
That was
Good job. It was going good. The store was going good.
He actually ran up. Now that you say that, he ran up the stairs. It was the store, and then it had the stairs that went up to the second floor. He forced the door. Hoppy ran up the stairs, checked upstairs quick, came back down, and then we put the store out. Yeah,
I don't know where the kid was from, and I don't care.
I forgot that actually.
I'm like, bro, you got to cut those roll downs, and he's like, I got to find my boss. Here you go.
Okay.
What did Walters do again? He did something with the colander, right? Like he poured the hot water.
He had the pot of spaghetti, and he was going to pour it into the colander, and he missed the sink, and it went down his pants.
Yeah, I remember that.
In front of his leg with boiling water. He needed skin grafts for that.
I forgot about that.
I break his balls all the time. I go, was that the leg that you lost? Was that the one that you had the skin grafts on? Because you wasted that fucking skin, bro.
Poor Johnny. Poor W.
We got to have him back on for a revisit. Where's the car crash? You're supposed to play that when he's fucking. We talk about Johnny W.
Oh, me? I'm a little behind the game.
The gimp.
That's the Johnny Walker, the pirate, peg leg.
Can you imagine, like, people, like, they're like, 9/11 stuff with Ray and everything, and Sealy, he was just like, he was so good, he kept you in the game, with his little shots like that, because it was insane,
Somebody sent me this. Where is this thing? I mean, again, it's you say to yourself, is it too soon, right? Like you're talking about Ray, right? He will come at you with So somebody sent me this today, and they're like, too soon. Look at what it says.
Swimmer and not a swimmer.
Swimmer and not a swimmer. I'm like, bro. And they're like, too soon. I'm like, but you have to, when you're in this game, you have to be able to laugh at the worst things, because otherwise they just keep building up on you. You know what I mean? Like,
that's how we process this shit, so we can do it.
So the other night, my wife yelled at me the next day. The other night at the concert, we're meeting people for drinks for the concert, and we're hanging out. And this guy comes in, and he's with a buddy of mine that I know, and so he comes in, and we're talking, and we're like, "Hey, Bobby, how old are you?" So Bobby's like, they're like, "You're the oldest guy." I go, "No, I don't think so. I think Bobby is." So my buddy Bobby goes, "When you October 14th?" I said, "I'm the 27th. So you're the senior guy tonight, all right?" So with that, the guy goes, "How old are you?" I go, 58. He goes, "I'm 46." And whatever he says, I go, "You had a tough paper out, bro." And meanwhile, he's not a fireman or nothing. And my wife's like, "You see his face? He got so offended by that." And I'm
get that all the time from my wife, bro.
You're not in the firehouse anymore.
This is not the firehouse. They don't get it, Kev. Okay.
I'm like, so I text my friend the next day. I'm like, "Hey, dude, I'm sorry about your friend. Like, I hope I didn't offend him." He's like, "Don't worry about it."
I was very angry with him.
You
dick. Oh shit, that's funny, man.
No, I think it might be that time, Gonzo.
I think it might be that time.
Hold on.
All right, Peter, you ready?
For
I got it. The old school tip of the day.
Take it away, Petey.
All right, so all I got is what I learned when I first got on a job. I'm a senior guy in 104. When I finally got the OV, he was like, "Dude, you got to know how to read smoke. You're going to go in that window. You got to know what you're doing." And he told me how to force it, told me how to take the window top to bottom. Told me to look at it. Like if it doesn't lift in a certain amount of time, it's probably coming. You know, it's not that far away. You have to realize that. You know, look at the conditions of the smoke too. He says, but if you take the whole window, and in 30 seconds to a minute later, if it hasn't started lifting off that sill, it's coming. And you just got to remember that being the OV. He also said, like, you know, you have to make the decision if you're going to go in that window. But meanwhile, he's like, and you better be in that window. So it wasn't, you know, unless you had fire blowing out as soon as you took it, you were going in the window. You might not make it very far in the room, but you're going in the window. And that was just so, I think it's a lost art. You got to read smoke. You got to read smoke from windows. You got to read smoke from buildings. You can tell a lot just from smoke what's going on. A lot of times you can tell where the fire is in the building without even seeing flames, just by reading smoke. And the only other tip of the day is being a chauffeur. I knew my area. I knew my first due engine area. I knew my hydrants in my first due engine area like the back of my hand. And I think that's what you need to do. I'm not, you know, second due, third due, you might not know them all that well. But if you're going to be a chauffeur, you got to take it seriously. You got to know your routes, how you're going to get there. And I still have guys today call me. They were like, hey, this job was out here. How would you have gone? And I tell them my way. And they're like, yeah, we went that way. Or, you know, there's some new stuff going on in the city with all these curbs and all these flower plants and everything else. But you still need to know your at least your first due area and your hydrants, you know. And I did. Guys can go out the door. I'm going home. And it, you know, might sound like work. I'm like, all right, there's a hydrant over there on 118 and 101, right on the corner, north side. And a lot of guys are like, how the hell do you know that? I said, because that was my job to know that, you know. And that's my biggest tip of the day. That's it, brothers.
Good tip, bro. I like that. Don't be afraid to be a good engine chauffeur if you're in the squad.
Yeah. So
hey, no, you got to be it, right? You're doing a decent amount of work either way, and you know, 308's out or 294's out. It might be first anyway, you know. So,
what about hair products? Do you have any old school tips of the day on hair products? Because I got to get me whatever you're taking, bro. You know what I mean?
He was just in Italy, the guy. You know what I mean? He had a little olive oil.
Yeah, the olive oil.
And guys, I don't know. We know how to do it. We know what's going on here. And then Louis just wears a hat, just covers it all.
Oh, and I just cut him.
I got a good hair. I still got good hair.
I think you should have a hat on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should wear the hat.
Listen, you're not in the firehouse anymore, all right? Anyway, the girls we had out for the calendar thought Gonzo had a wig on the other day.
You got three requests here. We had 3 requests for shout outs. I don't even
do them, kid.
All right, so I got my boy Bug from San Antonio Fire. I met him back in Anniston. And the Cobra class, right?
Oh, man, where you get to see everybody naked at the end.
Yeah, right. I had to go to that twice because a hurricane came and just as you were getting
you got cut short.
Yeah, you wanted to see everybody naked at the end. That's why
I had to go back down. All right, so my boy Bug, my brother Jason from Jacksonville Fire, huge hazmat guy. He's retired now, but this guy's like you talk about your guys over there, like the Johnny Cassidys and the other guys. This guy was right there, man, and he still does it. Works for like CSX Railroad and all this other stuff as a retired guy. My boy Jason Kerr. He's truly one of the brothers. And Peter Cazell from Long Beach Fire out in California, another good friend of mine.
They're watching the show. At least tell them to watch the show.
I hope. Yeah, I told them about it today, and they said, "Yeah, we'll tune in." So it's not like, "Hey, where do you see that at?" So they must know about it. So.
Like and subscribe. That's all I'm saying. Did you see who's in the chat, Ruffy? I mentioned them. The lightning.
No, I
rod.
didn't see the chat at all.
My boy Frankie DeCesar was in there, bro. The lightning rod.
Ooh.
I got some good guy that me and Louis know from the neighborhood who was on the job. He was in my Proby class. There he is. I got stories.
You were in 38 firehouses. You better have stories.
I swear on my knees, his eyes, he used to say all the time. That's all we got. I don't know, Rookie, you said you'll be here for Thursday?
Yeah, I'll be here Thursday.
And then it's touch and go for the following 2 weeks. We got Chief of Department Hodgins. Active Chief of Department on the 9th coming on, so make sure to see that one.
No, he's COD. He's not acting. He's COD, right?
Active. I said active.
Oh, active. Oh, I thought you meant acting.
That's the other ear. You got to get in the other ear.
Turn around. Active. Turn ahead.
Look at his face. He's like, you some of my bitches.
You dick.
Not that I haven't heard any urine jokes before, right?
Yeah, no. What haven't you heard, right?
Yeah.
This is like since first grade, so it's not like it's.
This is first grade. It gets worse.
It is first grade, right? Oh shit, that's great.
All right, boys. You did 270 proud and 104, Pete. Great show. I laughed a lot. Thanks, man. Great career.
Yeah,
It's good to see you again, Petey. I'm glad.
It was painless, like you said. It was painless.
I tell you, it goes quick, brother. And I know you didn't get to half your stuff. I told you.
I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, oh, I can't believe it's 2 hours already.
You can
And
do 2 hours like that.
You're both big Ranger fans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Guns.
Oh, is it here? Yeah, I was just gonna. Let me get it. There it is.
Oh, nice. 2-2.
No.
No,
right.
the other
Nobody
fan.
cares about hockey. That includes
Everyone.
Yeah, I was trying to build it up, and then boom.
You think he's a big Geo guy, huh?
What's
Nobody
that?
cares about hockey, Boomer. Nobody
Nobody cares about hockey. But you are a Jets fan, right? I remember going to a Jets game with you one time.
Yeah,
With Pickford.
Jet fan. Jet.
All right. It was
Rangers.
sloppy yesterday, but we won. That's all I know.
Oh my
Sloppy,
God,
but we won.
Nice.
It's bad.
That was
All right, guys. We will see you on Thursday. I got
You
something
get that guy a
mind.
call? Did you
I
call
got
that
something
guy?
better. Something
All
better
right.
popped up. I got it.
All right,
You might
tough
not
one.
like it, but you'll love it. All right. I'll see you guys. We'll see you
I'm
guys on
gonna hate
Thursday. Until then, stay low and go.
All right, everybody. We'll see you at the big one. Thanks again, Petey. Nice job, kid.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Have a good night. Stay safe.
That's great.